on his shoulders 4 times. A premiership player. We're ready to go. Packed MCG. First semi-final. Hawthorn and Melbourne. Umpire Matt Stevick to let it rip. Beautifully manicured MCG. McAvoy and Gawn.
Mitchell.
Yeah, James Harms had Mitchell's arm there, really obvious.
No, it's holding Mitchell. No.
And that's the way the tag's going to go tonight. Harms versus Mitchell. Short ball Shields. The run of Hardwick impressive. Hardwick lowers the eyes, tried to spot up there and find Schoenmakers into this side. McDonald got his body in the way there in a hurry, didn't he? Vandenberg, McDonald, that's Oscar there. Little kick, Brayshaw, Hardwick makes him earn it. This is a good start from the Hawks. Mitchell, little handball. Now comes an opportunity for Howe. Howe with a bit of a no-look kick, and Hibbert.
Since some doubt early in the week, Hibbert, great to see him out there. He's important for Melbourne. All-Australian in his first year with the club last season. So the big fella in the back pocket and a poor kick. So very early, but I'm with BT. You just feel like Melbourne are just a little nervy early. Let's see if there's any damage done on the scoreboard. That just poked by Henderson, and oh, there you go. Schoenmakers, it fell into his lap.
Well, the seas just parted, didn't they, for Ryan Schoenmakers, and fell into his lap. We saw last week early on the Hawks senior players miss easy shots at goal, and crucial.
And that's just a poor turnover from Maxi Gawn, wasn't it? You see there, Frost. I mean, great athlete, but just got pushed out far too easily, body on body.
So how important this is after what happened last week early in the match. Got it. Hawthorn get the first. Schoenmakers. It's ridiculous to make it, but the energy for Melbourne, you just felt it, didn't you? And you were onto it, BT. Just the energy levels. Anyway, it's a minute into the game, basically. Let's see what happens.
And Mitchell, just so important once the game. Players a little bit nervous, having to hang on, gets that free kick, and that front and square on the half-forward flank. Just absolutely brilliant.
And you wonder whether Harms now is as physical as he was going to be a moment ago.
This is what we're talking about. Ruff telling a bit of a joke. Isaac Smith got a bit of a smirk out of it. And boys, let's go and enjoy it. Sicily got a bit of a giggle as well. And Hawthorn have got the first, perhaps as a result of the relaxed attitude. Back in the middle we go. Rosebery. Gawn this time a better hand on it. Harms knocks to the advantage of Brayshaw. Lewis, real quick hands. Gee, it was good from Oliver as well. Now Jeddah able to pump the ball high towards centre half forward. First entry inside 50. There's Wiedemann. McAvoy with the body. Gee, Petrarca did well to Harms. Little smother off the boot. Here they go again. Harms tackled. He's gone. They got him in a ferocious one. It was Mitchell the tackler.
And that's good to see. The player being tagged in Mitchell, being hard on the tagger.
He started well, hasn't he? A lot of the ball early. Gawn got it from Petrarca. High ball to about 25 metres from goal. Tom McDonald, well done, Frawley. Belted it away against the old side. McDonald dropped it down, no free kick. And then Melbourne able to get a stoppage with Harms.
I reckon we've got 2 run widths in the midfield. I reckon Shields is going to go with Oliver as well, guys, and Harms and Mitchell.
Yeah, you're right, Richard. And he's getting into him now. That's that push and shove you can see on your screen.
Continue to do that. I'll pay a free kick. Let it go.
You see that Mitchell's gone past Matt Crouch for the most number of disposals ever in a footy season.
Got that record out of the way very early in this game. The all-time record. Great accomplishment from Mitchell. Now he's got to get it done tonight. There's Oliver tackling.
Just get the feeling Mitchell's had a fair bit to do with Greg Williams over the years, and Greg, well, he was the aggressor against the taggers. I reckon that's the attitude Mitchell has taken in tonight.
Tom McDonald doing well. The path of Wiedemann, fired out the handball. Here's Melksham. Little left foot around the body, needs a good bounce. And it hits the behind post, so out of bounds. So Melbourne will retain it in their forward end of the ground.
Tom.
It's so important to their structure, Melsham, particularly with Hogan not there. It's been a fine player. Again with Hibbert coming across from the Bombers. So McAvoy just did well, and then Brayshaw almost got that kick away. Sicily hoping to get hold of it. Harms, and Sicily gets Harms down. And again, a stoppage.
This is the opportunity for a tagger, Harms, that when your opponent, your dangerous on ball, just wants to hunt the footy down here, you can get a little pocket of space, maybe snag a goal on him.
McDonald won the tap, Sicily won the footy, and then belts it as far as he can. Sullen did well. He got the ball back into the forward 50. Burton runs into a brick wall and drops it. He's gone.
Leave it, you've got the free. Walk away. Heads out. Keep your heads out. Keep your heads out.
I just want to stay out of that.
Clayton, your team's got the ball. Aaron, your team has the ball.
Oliver, they want to reverse it.
Yep, very good advice being given there. We saw it last week, didn't we?
He was a star last week, this guy. He played a ripper off half-back. He's a beautiful kick, field kick. This is a pressure kick, though.
15 gone.
Just checking where the mark is, something very important. Umpire not really giving him a good look at that either.
So the blood pumping through his veins. You could see that a moment ago. Can he get the trip and can he kick it accurately? No. Neither really. That's over the line. That's a behind.
Umpire there really should have come in, pointed out the mark given he asked for it. He didn't know how much of a run-up he had. There's a bit of a blue going on behind play here. In the meantime, Hawthorn have got the ball on the half-back line. Smith with a handball. Throw it in, so some little spot fires happening here. Remember, Melbourne would prefer this as chaotic football, not controlled.
Correct, BT. 6 tackles for Melbourne so far in this game, all of them inside their forward 50. So the forward 50 pressure's there. Just got to transfer that to the entire ground and they'll get what they want out of this game.
Two of the best ruckmen in the comp. Jones, little kick there. Here's Mitchell being held onto by Harms again. Got the handball out. G. McAvoy did well to Geray into the selected side. Here's Puopolo. They need him to fire. Bit of a juggle there. Couldn't quite get it. It's a hard ball won by Henderson. Had his feet taken as he did it as well. Correct call. Definitely a correct call from Henderson. Crowd right into this. It was all Melbourne here in their game last week. Pretty even here tonight.
Outstanding umpiring there. Well done. Didn't fall for it. Great job.
Shields now. This is the control game that Hawthorn love to play. The chip, the kick, the uncontested marking. Melbourne cannot let them play this way.
So the one ruckman tonight, and hasn't McAvoy made an early statement or two? He's been very good. And that kick for Roughhead. Bruce had the quiet one last week. Good hands by Puopolo. Smith did really well. Ruffy with a shot. Just across. Into behind.
Look at that. Magnificent shot of the MCG. Just nudging 90,000 here now. So I think we will get consecutive 90,000 crowds. That's a barrel. Look at that, to the edge of the centre circle. Hawthorn may be the beneficiary of it. Brayshaw, Petrarca, Oliver, little handball. Hannon, driving ball to advantage. McDonald, what brilliant play. That's the way Melbourne play from one end to the other. Chaos and just get it moving.
How about the talk from full-back, BT? Don't you love that? Hit the centre.
Unpredictable.
Barrel from the full-back. And what about the lightning hands through the middle there? That was a 50-50 ball and they just linked up. Oh, that is impressive.
That's the way they want to play. You just don't know what's going to happen. And the Torp started all that. McDonald can finish it with a drop punt and Melbourne get there first. So Tom McDonald, good set shot kick at goal.
Don't you love that? That straight down the middle, quick hands, long kick into your forward 52 advantage. Easy mark in the end for McDonald, an easy finish.
And all on the same page too. They knew the kick-in was going there.
Yep.
Gawn got there, the Crummers got there, and away they went.
Good play, wasn't it? Lightning hands, as you mentioned, boys, through the middle, and McDonald able to kick his 50th goal of the year, Bruce.
It's impressive. You've got to go back to Brad Green in 2010 since Adias got the half century. An unlikely 50 goaler at the start of the year. Max Gawn's little topo. Good hands there by Morrison, belting the ball almost to the forward 50. Hibbert having to stretch. Gunston got him down. Hibbert was up though, up and about, and then did so well, didn't he? But he has to cough it up. Hardwick at centre wing, hasn't missed a game. Centering ball, that is a 50-50. That's a hard one, isn't it? Spargo tried to get hold of Smith, couldn't quite. Frawley got down. Oliver got him. Frawley got it to McAvoy to Burgoyne, and then Burgoyne with that neat-looking kick. Nash did okay, gave Henderson half a chance. He's wrapped up by Tyson, and Melbourne are going to get a free kick.
Yeah, that's confidence, isn't it, from the Hawks going through the corridor when you had 50-50 contests. That's confidence in Smith.
So Harm steadies here at half-back. Little kick out wide here. Good mark, McDonald. Handball, Petrarca been special so far. Kick inside 50, not great.
Oliver had a break then too, just overcooked the kick.
You can see Melbourne mark play on all of the time. Hawthorn have to hold them up.
It's a mirror out to half-back. Just coming across, McDonald started well. He was very good early, I thought, last week.
Got gone deep.
And he had a crackling, he couldn't quite. Shields belts it away, he spirals it. Lewis underneath, protected himself where Lewis, and then Lewis's kick's a beauty to Jones. So he's answered one little question, I reckon, Duck, there. They almost got to a point. Jones turns it over. Warple doesn't quite make it stick, and Melbourne are going to get a stoppage again.
It's probably been the difference in this first part of the game. Melbourne just butchering a couple of balls under no pressure whatsoever. Another one from Jones there.
Giving themselves repeat chances, though.
Yep.
Despite turning the footy over. Little handball. Spargo it was. Petrarca, a little hand there. Here's Jones. Mitchell hard. Got it. Wrapped up. That'll be a ball up. No prior. So good physical opening to this.
Ball up. Straight up. Thank you. Hey, come on, fellas. Let's go. Next.
Umpire Matty Nichols there. Over 100 finals between these three umpires. Little one out the back. Petrarca again. Good hands. Viney inside 50. One-on-one ball here. Oliver there to compete off the back. Mirror under Spargo. Pressure. Got him, Spargo. Wrapped to him. No prior opportunity there.
Their hands are sharp in tight today. Jack Viney, Christian Petrarca, all linking up.
Big pressure on the Hawks now. Mitchell got it from McAvoy. Gets it outside the 50. Jetta, well done. Bruce was caught underneath, and Jetta didn't take his eye off the ball. Now, this is where they've let themselves down a little bit in this first term. Just next kick here. This will be hard because it's so cluttered. What does he do? He delivers to centre half forward, almost McDonald. Squeezy by Viney. Cut off by Sicily. He was off the mark quickly with Sicily.
18-9 in the contested possessions. Melbourne's way. They're getting their hands on their footy. They're flicking it around. Really sharp in close. It's just that last kick. Is why the scores are level.
Sicily long down the member side. Schoenmakers.
Push, Ryan.
Gets the free here. Said Schoenmakers got a little bit of a help there. So having trouble getting it out of the forward half here at the moment, the Hawks of the Demons. Schoenmakers again down the line. Gawn stands there. Got a good jump at it this time. Off hands. Couldn't handle it there. Fritz out the back door. Little one. Frost. Handball. Oliver under immediate pressure. Salem through traffic. Did well. Left footer. Chiseling ball. Here's Wiedemann. One hand on it. Couldn't mark. Melcham ran over the top. Hawthorn under pressure. Frawley was there. Mirrors there. Sucked it in. Neil Bullen got him in the tackle. Umpire balls up again.
The forward pressure in Melbourne has been enormous.
Salem was slaloming there. The way he worked his way through was outstanding. Ruffy's little kick. Vandenberg there. Morrison worried out of it by Viney. Viney on the wrong side for him. Heard the call from the umpy. Frawley was good. Hardwick belts the ball away. Gets it to centre wing. Schoenmakers has been pretty good early. Lovely by Bruce. That's beautiful touch. He'll get it back from Nash. Clever kick. Well done. Impey, who got going in the second half, and there's the switch. They get to Gunston. Gunston in a scoring position, but he pushes very wide to Henderson. Can he turn Tyson inside out? Not a great kick on hands and knees. Warple gets the second crack, gets to Howe. DeRay's got the length. Has he got the accuracy? It was Oscar McDonald doing the goalkeeping on the last line.
This is exactly the way Melbourne want to play. Chaotic footy. 50-metre penalty here. They love when Hawthorn are moving the ball quickly as well.
Gunston just had more time, didn't he?
I reckon he could have gone all the way.
Could have gone all the way, or at least hit his target.
Yep.
when you expect a bloke who kicks like that, we've seen for so many years, just nail those. Either one of them, whatever decision he makes, he hits them.
Fridge went for the all or nothing, taken away by Smith. Would have gone had there been someone deep. No one there, so he waits for that to arrive, and that is a very, very good kick to Connor Nash. Now Nash could almost go the journey from there. He decides it's touched off the boot. Mark won't count. Impey was there. Here's Spargo for a little bit of traffic. Lucky not to be run down from behind. Neil Bully, all directions here for Melbourne. Out wide, Harms. Thought about the one over the top, went the low ball. Melksham's found a bit of space here. Punt road end of the ground. Melksham's got a couple, just corralling him. Pretty ordinary kick, wasn't it? Sicily did well. Now Mitchell combining with a superstar Burgoyne. Little handball Howe. Mitchell, Henderson out wide. Gave Gunston a little bit of time.
Good call, BT, and then Gunston tries to drill that. Hibbert. Well done, Mitchell again, belting forward. They've got the numbers, Melbourne. They should tidy up, Viney. Oscar McDonald. Can he deliver? It's a good kick. He gets it out wide to Fridge. I remember reading a Chris Judd article a couple of weeks ago. He talked about how many mistakes are made in finals because of pressure. We're seeing a lot of that tonight early. It's so hot, the football at the moment. Here's another one. Neil Bullen gets inside. Melsham thinking. Hannon got it. Now he's going to go quickly on. That's a good kick. And then Spargo goes on, and McDonald's got his second, and Melbourne are in front. And they opened them up, didn't they?
Well, that ball movement was much cleaner. For the first time going inside forward 50, they moved it quickly, but more importantly, executed the skill perfectly.
The poise was good too, Doug, because Hannon didn't blaze. He eyes lowered. The kick to Hannon, eyes lowered. It was good stuff.
Tom Mitchell just getting a little bit of treatment on the bench after that bump there. All fair, good hard play. That's finals footy by Neville Jetta.
Down to the runes actually linking with the dock, so we'll keep an eye on that.
Back in the middle.
Perfect timing, that bump, wasn't it?
This ball is pinging from one end to the other. Melbourne would fancy themselves in this type of game. Viney to Tyson, wrong-footed on his right. Pretty sloppy ball inside 50 all the same. Picked up there by Vandenberg. Sicily did well, heavy traffic. Smith. Shields out wide. Good ball, free kick. Is that Jarman Impey out there? It is. Puopolo takes the advantage and immediately finds Connor Nash. And Nash just slows it down. Impey recovering. Nash backwards. And this is Hawthorn into their natural habitat here now.
So Sicily decided not to go back. He's going to go forward and kicks a long ball. Warples at the back. Front with show and makers. Shields, does he get to the scoring position? Ruffy does, but that was touched on the way through. Opportunity missed. Well done by Salem. Got it down. Hibbert loves to burst and belt away. He kicks the ball back into the heart of the centre square. Well done, Petrarca. Well done, Burton. Little gift to Hardwick. Hardwick to Shields, and then Shields goes backwards. Frawley, okay. Mirror off a step. Neat looking kick. Can he find a target? He does. That's a good mark. He started well, this guy. He has started well.
When you see him play like this, you wonder why he's not more of a regular player. As we see Mitchell back out, that's a good sign for him.
You're right, Wayne. He's played 120 games and missed 120, so since his debut.
And this is one thing that he generally does pretty good, generally a good finisher.
Well, he's kicked a goal earlier tonight. There was pressure on that because of their misses earlier in the final last week. This to match Tom McDonald in more ways than one. Nah, that one he leant back on, and that's a really big miss. That's a big miss in the context of what we've seen in the last 10 minutes. Yep, so Mitchell back out, that's good.
Frost. Hibbert on the left got Lewis. Lewis has got Jones if he turns. Good transfer. Jones thought about what goes with the handball to the left foot of Salem. This kick, beautiful transfer here. Isn't that good? Spargo can go over the top. Hannon demanding the the footy and did not get it for some reason. And Hardwick able to cut it off. Little Chisler to Shawnee Burgoyne.
Their ball movement really worries Hawthorn. It's just that last kick inside 50. They've rushed it a few times. They didn't have to.
So Burgoyne cleverly disguised that actually with a little hook. Got it wide to Howe. Howe to Roughhead. How many uncontested marks do they need tonight, do you reckon? There's Impey at centre wing. He arches Wiedemann and gets away with that left foot, but not a great kick on Oscar McDonald. Have you got a number in your mind, Richo, for Hawthorn to win?
I think they need 90 plus.
Well, Melbourne have won a lot of their games, Bruce, and I think they've averaged 100 plus points per game this year. It's just been the last week or two they haven't got there.
And Matthew's talking about the uncontested marks that Hawthorn will need tonight.
Yeah. High footy. Hardwick knocked down. Little handball not kept alive by Howe. Back to you, Richo.
Yeah, Tom Mitchell back out on the ground, but he did test his arm out on the bench here. It was a good bump. He went down. Looks like the AC joint, guys. So he's going to be sore for the rest of the night. He gets another bump there.
McAvoy double-handed down to Mitchell. Couldn't make it work. Brayshaw nailed in the tackle by Burgoyne. No prior opportunity.
Now, the first thing I'd be doing if I was James Harms, he'd be getting tackled to ground every opportunity. And that shoulder,
there it is.
Holding Hawthorn.
That's all right. You can give away that free kick.
From the con.
You sound like you know what you're doing there, Lee.
Been there, done that.
That's a tagger's code.
Mitchell, haven't got much else to think about, Duck. Up goes McAvoy. And over the line.
Just a little whack from...
Have a look at this crowd. It is enormous. It'll be 90 again tonight, guys, and this will be absolutely amazing. Melbourne in the middle of a couple of 90,000 plus crowds. Who would have ever thought?
And then what happened on the Thursday night prior to that, it's been a fabulous start to the final series.
Holding your man, Harms. Melbourne, Harms. Flagging a jumper.
See the pain Mitchell's in, can't you? He's grimacing. It's going to be a long night for him.
And when that cools down, half-time's the key for that.
Moving on, play on.
So Harms right on centre wing. He's kicks it down that line. Vanderberg, good mark by Hardwick. He was third man up.
Let him up.
He's had a fine season.
There's the task ahead for Hardwick. Tries to pick someone out in there. Bruce. Little one had to go. Puopolo. Fritsch. Right on his tail. What a pick up from Puopolo. Sprinting away. Takes them on. Handball over the top to McAvoy. He'll look to give it further afield. Here's Warple. Inside 50. Struck it brilliantly. Great answer from the Hawks. Two-one apiece. Warple getting on the end of some very good work.
Gee, the pick-up on Puopolo, you were onto it, BT. That just changed the whole dynamics of that contest, didn't it?
You just get the feeling that the Hawks are going to have to make the most of their opportunities, and that was one of those opportunities, and Warple didn't let anyone down.
Here's an example of a bloke who's played finals footy and just knows you have to bodyline the footy. Puopolo just went straight through there. Clean.
Here we go.
Low and hard, and set up that goal by James Warple. Fantastic play, Puopolo.
So the Hawks counter-punching there. Oliver, Salem, long ball. Gets to about 45 metres. Wiedemann, we haven't seen as much of him early tonight. Henderson searching. Lewis started well. Vandenberg twisting and turning and then conceding a little, but a good kick. Harms up and about. And then gets a high ball. It doesn't really time it. How Gordon got involved. Frawley gets it back to Burton. Gets it back to Mirror. One of the three changes tonight. That's a neat kick. Oh, doesn't quite get it far enough. And Vandenberg is a real utility, isn't he? Big, strong wingman who's come in late this year. Didn't play at all last year. And a boundary throw in. So no Mitchell. Or I think you know O'Meara in the top of my head with Mitchell being stung early. That makes life hard, doesn't it?
15-13 in the tackle department, Melbourne's way. So both sides having a real crack there. Brayshaw searching for a free, got it. Advantage paid. Petrarca into the open goal. Melbourne have got their third. Fans delirious.
two young guns involved. Brayshaw only had the one disposal, Brayshaw, so quiet start by him, but that was his free kick, and Petrarca, well, when you're on the burst running towards goal, you take the advantage.
Started well, hasn't he? Lingy picked him out pre-match. He's an important cog tonight to step up.
He's had a good start.
He sure has.
Not only does he bring his good play, and he's been one of their better players, but I reckon his enthusiasm and reactions like that stimulate his teammates.
He's up and about tonight. 6 disposals and a goal.
Been good, hasn't he? Gawn gets into McAvoy. Oliver just went without it. Shields to Smith on the right side for him, and Bruce in the right spot in front, taking the mark. And then Bruce off that step. Not a great kick. They've gone wide a lot going forward. Gunston just trying to get the initiative from Jeddah. Good contest. And it's a stalemate. Oh, no, it's not. He's holding the footy. Wow. Okay.
Drag that one in. Dragged it in. Dragged it in. That's awesome.
He's dragged that one in with a bit of help from Jack Gunston as well. That's a smart player, making sure.
Gee, that's rough.
Oh, that's...
That is rough.
Yep. So, I reckon 3 years ago, you'd write it in the book, he never missed these 3 years ago. No, Mitchell, this is not looking good. This is a real worry. Back he goes again. Jack hasn't been quite as accurate over the last 2-3 seasons. That is a beautiful kick. Maybe a lucky free, but a great goal.
Well, he didn't kick one last week, Bruce. For the first time this year, he would be relieved to have that one in the book.
And his finals record actually is outstanding.
Yeah.
I mean, he averages close to 3 goals a final.
You get an idea of the umpire's intent there as well. If you just remotely drag it back in, doesn't matter whether there's 5 players sitting on top of you, you're going to be pinged.
Well, they're keeping up, aren't they? They're keeping up.
Well, Mitchell again. Down to you, Richo and Daisy's gone down to the room yet again.
Yeah, his second time in the room, BT, and with a shake of the head as he went down there, so he's definitely not happy with that right shoulder or right AC joint.
No, you're right there. Shields out of the middle. Look at this, 1.5 minutes to go in the quarter. Scores a level. Vandenberg, rough head, came straight at the footy then. Little handball, Viney. Heard the voice of Angus Brayshaw. Brayshaw with a bit of time and space. Gee, Oliver's been impressive so far. Down on the knees in handball. Intercepted by Sicily. Smothered by Brayshaw. Look at the numbers. 4 on 1. And in the end, Melbourne players were colliding with each other. That's a good sign. Giray was struck high there by Vandenberg, and that is the correct call. I was watching that. And it'll be okay for the Demons because they've held play up.
So inside the final minute. Rough head again goes down the line. Gunston the target. Good mark taken by Frost. Jeddah did the hard heavy lifting on Gunston, and Frost able to come over. Gawn now hit it wrong side for him, so he was squeezed up a bit, but he's okay to Jones.
Hawthorn pretty well set down that line there. That's why Jones can't play on. He'll be maybe looking for a switch.
So he sort of hugs the line, Lingy. It's a
Great
good
kick.
kick actually, isn't it? And Hannon presented well. First time he's played consecutive games since round 15. Hannon, he's been in and out, in and out. Viney, legged in the end. So right on quarter time, Hibbert gets it. So terrific opening turn. 6-goal opening turn, all square in the semi-final. But the big story is Mitchell's injury. Massive repercussions for the rest of this match. Melbourne, to the eye, look better, but Hawthorn are 19 and so are the D's. Mitchell, the worry, scores a level at quarter time.